father is calling you. They were taught much, but every now and then he tries to call.
Give it mine.
Well, I'm telling you right, we'll back up. You can't speak it, you might just say hello. Hello? Oh, yeah. Oh, fine.
You want me to?
No. Hello there, how are you? Well, may I talk to you? I'm sitting. How are you getting on up there? How is everything? Well, I'm sitting here with General MacArthur, and he wants to be remembered to you. How are you getting on up there? Well, I'll be up the weekend after next. And we'll go out in the boat. Good. Let me talk to Ann. Yeah. Yeah, you seemed a little upset. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, we'll call here. Good. Okay, fine. Right. I'll call, tell him that I'll call tomorrow from our western trip. Right. Okay, good.
That's like a great party.
Yeah. It's awful tough to can't speak anything, so he gets it.
The South Korean Army itself should have several so-called grand maneuvers in which the bulk of their troops should be moved first to the east side and then concentrate to the west side. So that the enemy he won't know, he'll expect something, but he won't know exactly what's going on. That's why he'll get the initiative. Moreover, the morale of troops that are left in there always sinks. That's especially the case of the most of us. They will be revivified if they can do something such as that to these small girls.
You know, they asked us when they were here about a year ago, the vice president talked about making some smaller drops than the one you described. And so I think they're 20, 25 man drops, so we said that was fine. Well, then they didn't feel they could do them either. They were too small, all the rest. Then they wanted to do the 200 man drops. The 200 man drops require very special equipment. They've got very good radar, the Chinese communists, and to drop them would require special planes with special electronic gear. We've been fitting out 5 of those planes, which we're going to make 2 available to them. But they've been, we've said they've been free to do anything they want along the coast, but they've been reluctant to do it. Then they've asked us for 100,000 tons of shipping. Well, we haven't been willing to give them that because the minute we start to take 100,000 tons out of mothballs, the Chinese communists are going to think it's an invasion, and that's rather than bring an attack on Quemoy and Matsu, and we would be regarded as having initiated. So we haven't given them that. We're giving them the plane and just trying to see what the situation is within China, which would where the Formosa troops could play some role. But I don't know, the situation's getting more and more desperate in China, but I'm not sure that Taiwan has a role to play in whatever it may develop in China.
I wouldn't land by planes or in any conventional boats. All along that coast, there are these scows. You're familiar with them. You spot the symbol of them with the Japs. They have those scows. They know how to run them, and they should land on the beaches. They shouldn't drop them in the areas of the towns, the cities.
You see any
All
the prospect of
those beaches, there are at least 15 places where I could pick out myself, where you could put these, get these scows, put them, run them in there. If you make a drop of it, the enemy will see it. The whole thing. You can't conceal that. You can get across the straits there at night, you understand, in one of those scows, and they'll find these men that will work their way from these beaches in to the various areas, and they won't know where they came from or how they came from. Where did they go? But if you put conventional boats, the landing craft of the United States, or these drops, why, of course, you come pretty close to violating the concepts that are there, and you will not get what is the greatest element of success, either in war or athletics or any other competition, which is surprise. You can't make an aircraft if it's a surprise. It's known almost immediately. You can't get conventional weapons, conventional boats. The American fleet is under constant observation. I'm sure about the and anything that you do would be reported. But these scows would get over there and they wouldn't attract the slightest attention whatsoever. And I should say that a group of 25 is too small, and a group of 200 is too large. If I were doing it, I'd handle about 150 men. And the very essence of it is their rendezvous after they get through. Now the Navy, our Navy, got to protect them. They'll know these rendezvous points. It's not the glorified sacrifice where men die, but it's where the men go and do the job and come back alive and get rewarded for it. And up in South Korea, they're entirely capable of this type of concentration of maneuvers. They're somewhat limited, of course, but it will shock life-giving to death when the maneuver shows the concentration. The maneuver showing a concentration of the enlistment troops of the Korea. That will bring those troops back north just as sure as I'm sitting in this one. I'll give you an issue. Now, none of those things involve the United States right now. Any complaints were perfectly clear because all we have to do is they're done by the other people who are in the limits of the thing. And I believe in that way you can not only take the initiative in the Far East, but can relieve the pressures of Southeast Asia and the pressure that may increase on the Indian border. Now, if there's any effort going to be made against India, it will be a two-pronged effort. The Russians will come down through Afghanistan to the Khyber Pass and Rawalpindi and Shah and Baluchistan area from Karachi up to Quetta. And there's been nothing that I've seen in the papers of any Russian effort down through the Khyber Pass. So I'm sure that at present the Chinese are not contemplating any serious movement against India. But you can't guess what the enemy is going to do when he has the initiative. And if you take the initiative, you'll force him to push northward instead of pushing southward. Now, of course, the Achilles heel of the Soviet, of the Russian, of the Chinese, is food, agriculture. And you can't control that. The greatest weapon of war is the blockade. But if war should come, that is the weapon by which we should attempt victory. Now, there are three elements. There's the ground forces, the air, and the sea. The sea, beyond question, as long as we maintain the Navy, is ours. And that's the key to a blockade. The air may be something of a standoff, but they certainly won't get command of the air. the missile business within the first month will play itself out. The destruction may be enormous, may not. But it'll play itself out. And then the air forces, they'll somewhat neutralize each other. And in the last analysis, the grip will be the Navy. The Navy to apply the blockade. Now the conventional ground forces, you can assume they'll use them to the maximum. And it's been my hope for years that our atomic group would develop some type of cartridge, an atomic cartridge that every infantry soldier could use that would clear 10 to 15 yards in front of him. If we should develop a weapon like that, their superiority on the ground would disappear immediately. Now, when the Korean War started, I recommended that, and there was a professor from Cornell that came over to see me, and he asked what they could do. And I said, that is the thing that is absolutely essential. I said, I've got the command of the sea and the air, but the ground I'll always be hopelessly outnumbered. And to get the checker for that, if you can get me this type of atomic cartridge, so that every soldier will have that, 100 men then could stop at the beat. Why, he said, that's the easiest thing in the world. And I was perfectly elated. I called in my staff. I said, we're going to get that. I said, we're just going to destroy this war. I went over to Korea and was gone for 3 days. When I came back, the officer in charge says, Professor so-and-so is here to see you. Well, I felt sure that he was coming to reassure me that it was there. And he came in. I've never seen a man look so hand-go, never saw a man so embarrassed in my life. And he says, General, he says, I'm sorry I've got to eat all my words. He says, we're not going to develop anything of that sort. I said, are those your orders from Washington? He said, yes. And I got the matter like this. But I've told everybody that's ever given me an opportunity since then, that is the key.
Let's say the cartridge would be fired at, say, some man or group of men coming across a field at 200 yards. It would hit one man, and what? You mean explosive pop?
Yeah.
Go over 120 yards.
Now we have the groups that are assigned that are supposed to do that if you believe the press. But a group is a different thing. If every soldier has that, his psychology makes him feel that he's just the king of the group. And Mr. President, there isn't any reason in God's world that they can't develop that. When they develop these wonderful things that are so much more difficult than that. Tell them to develop these little cartridge of that sort. And don't listen to them. I remember a story that Kitchener told me once when I was in India. I was the young officer general staff then. And they gave, he was having a great fight with the Viceroy Curzon at that time. And I was down in Calcutta, and they had a polo team who was playing the Delhi team. And their man had broken his leg. And they found out that I had played polo. So they asked me to come, and I played with that team. So I was with them as Birdwood was the chief of staff at that time. And in the Boer campaign, he had the cavalry command at that time. And Kitchener had decided that he'd make a tremendous enveloping movement with the cavalry. And he drove over a mountain range there, it was a very difficult mountain range, and closed in with the cavalry on that flank and wiped the Boers out. And he sent the French, Kitchener says, I talked with him, and he says, I told him in great detail exactly what I wanted. He said, I talked for about 20 minutes. He said, I could see him getting madder and madder and madder and madder. At the end of 20 minutes, I said, now, John, that's what he said. He says, French exploded. He said, he talked for 20 minutes. He said, by God, he couldn't do it, he wouldn't do it. And Birdwood said, well, what did you say to him? And Kitchener said, I said, is that all you have to say, Sir John? He talked himself out. He said, yeah. He said, now, Sir John, he says, she's given me the best reasons in the world why that can't be done. He says, now go and do it. And he did it.
That's where he got to be famous, isn't he?
And they'll tell you about the same thing. Be a small thing for them, you know. There's no publicity at all on it. And they'll probably tell you it can't be done. Well, I used to be an engineer, and I know enough about it, and I feel sure that they can do it.
I read that, you read that book, The Guns of August, which is give you about Sir John French.
Who?
The Guns of August. It's about the first days of World War I. It's very good. It's a lot about Sir John French, who, as you know, was the commander of the British forces and not very distinguished at that time. I was wondering, having read that and read some other things, whether you